Oh yeah, you know we gotta react to this one. You know we gotta react to this one. My man RB the Breakthrough just dropped a gem. Been waiting for this. Can the Brooklyn Nets? Can the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant? Can the Brooklyn Nets actually beat the Los Angeles Lakers, man? We're gonna hear from very knowledgeable source. So if he says they can't beat the Lakers, guess what that means? They're not beating the Lakers, bro. If you ask me, the Nets don't have the supporting cast to defeat the Lakers in the 7-game series. I'm gonna tell you why throughout the video. Just stay tuned. But here's the truth, man. Here's the truth. Here's the truth. We gonna find out. Finally. Look at that.
Things changed.
All right, there you go.
Wow, have things changed. It was literally about 2 weeks ago that NBA analysts, NBA fans, so many people were saying that Kyrie Irving should think about retirement because of his off-the-court antics. Keep in mind that nobody actually knew what was going on in the situation. Let's also keep in mind that at that time, he had missed 4 games, was in the prime of his career, averaging 27 points per game, having a 50, 40, 90 year.
Now, Kyrie, the thing about Kyrie, he's just so spiritually awoken, man. Kyrie, he just sometimes when he be hooping, bro, it be seeming like he don't even be thinking about hooping. It's weird. Like he'll drop a 40 bomb, and the whole time he'll be thinking about something totally different. Like he just give me that vibe. He just, I like Kyrie. I like Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? He's different, but if the Nets win the chip, bro, that's gonna be crazy. They can't beat the Lakers.
With a PER far above 20. And now we fast forward today in the conversation after he's been playing so well as KD, James Harden, and the Brooklyn Nets. The question has now been risen. Can the Brooklyn Nets actually beat the Los Angeles Lakers? So we're going to discuss that in this video, and make sure to watch until the end.
I am scared of the Nets, though. Don't get me wrong. James Harden, Kyrie, and KD, that's a threat. I think I seen they probably have the highest offensive rating in the NBA right now, right? And it's on track to be all time to beat the Mavericks from last year. So I'm like, yeah, that's crazy.
Because there's no way that you're gonna.
But even though the Mavericks still lost to the Clippers in 6 games, even with that crazy offensive rating. So I've been knowing that some of that matters in the playoffs, but mostly it's just your defense.
They get full context if you don't hear.
And the Mavericks have better defense than this team right here.
Also, by the time that you do reach the end of this video, in the pinned comment, you'll be able to vote. You'll be able to cast your vote as to who you believe would win, the Lakers or the Nets. And hey, it's RB the Breakthrough, giving it to you from a basketball player's perspective. As you come in, make sure to leave this video a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a new video. That is by far the best way to support this channel, especially right now. It still looks like we are dealing with shadow ban, so if you can like the video, that would help us out a lot. But now that you've done that, let's go ahead and get right into this video. Now, whenever we look at a potential matchup, Brooklyn Nets versus Los Angeles Lakers, let's first be clear about this. We could see both.
Hold on. Let me see something. When do they play, bro? Because when they play, bro, that's gonna be the most toxic day. Most toxic day on Twitter, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So many accounts finna get banned. This is gonna be bad. All right. Lakers schedule. All right. They play in the 18th of February. TNT. Definitely not about to miss that. February 18th, bet. Mark your calendars. Nice. Yes. Gonna just send them home. Nice. But even though the regular season doesn't mean anything. So if you lose, remember the regular season doesn't mean anything. It all matters in the playoffs. Like I said, You know how the Clippers destroyed the Nuggets in the regular season.
These teams match up in the regular season. That's going to be happening pretty soon here. I can tell you right now, many people, they are going to take that game way more serious than what they should, regardless of which team wins. The regular season is a different...
but if the Lakers win, I'm definitely going to like be toxic. So yeah, I'm definitely going to talk my ish. But if the Nets win, remember, it's just a regular season game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really count.
Animal than what the playoffs are. When you're traveling around playing different teams night by night, that is a completely different beast than whenever you're settled in. Your coaching staff, your players, your scouting team, they are only focused on the strengths and weaknesses of one team for a 7-game series.
Exactly.
And quite honestly,
and the crazy thing is, our strength is their weakness.
Honestly, if we look at both of those teams, yes, they're both playing pretty well right now. However, and I would say the Brooklyn Nets more so have more new pieces and a newly constructed team than the Lakers right now. But both teams are still integrating new pieces on their team. So as good as the Brooklyn Nets might look right now, as good as the Los Angeles Lakers might look right now, they're going to look a lot better come the end of the season. But if we take a look right now, what's going on in the regular season now, and again, these are factors that we will be breaking down. Now, the Brooklyn Nets currently, they are the #1 rated offensive team in the league. They are averaging a whopping 122 points per game on 50% field goal shooting for the team. And as you can see right there, we have the Los Angeles Lakers. They are ranked 15th. They're averaging 111.8 points per game, but they are doing that very efficiently as a team also at 48%.
Bro, why are we so low? We're low. We're below Golden. Oh, Golden State got Curry. How are we below the Raptors? They're like 7-14. How are we below the Kings? Nah, this can't be right, bro. How are we that low? Can we not score? How are we that low? And we beat most of these teams here. We beat the Bucks. We beat we're about to beat the Nuggets tonight. Oh, the Bulls, we beat them. We lost to the Sixers. We almost beat the Sixers. We beat the Hawks. We blew a lead to the Golden State Warriors. You know what I'm saying?
But that's nothing new. We know that the Brooklyn Nets, they are an offensive powerhouse. And we're going to break down how that compares against the Lakers a little bit later in this video. Now, whenever we get into point differential, you have the Lakers ranked 3rd in the league with 7.7. And then at number 6, you got the Brooklyn Nets at 4.4. But then here is the kicker. Right now, defensively, we look at the Lakers. They are allowing the least amount of points from their opponents per game at 104 points per game for their opponent. That's #1 in the NBA. And when we look at the Brooklyn Nets, they are 3rd worst in the league ranked.
Damn! Oh my God! Damn! The Nets are the 28th worst team in the league when it comes to defense. Well, they're the third. Let's say they're the 3rd worst team in the league when it comes to defense. That means they can't guard anybody. Yeah, you expect that if you got Kyrie. I'm not going to say KD because he can play defense. Kyrie, James Harden is actually not a bad defender. I ain't going to lie. He's actually a good post defender, but I don't know about on ball. And I know, but like sometimes James Harden could seem a little stagnant if he don't got the ball in his hands. That's why I would let him run point. If I was Steve Nash, I'm going to let James Harden run point guard, bro.
28. And
Kyrie be that 2 guard that could just score. Don't have to worry about nothing else. James Harden,
giving up
he's averaging like
almost
10 assists, right? 9 assists
points per game.
Let him be
That's
a point guard.
Absolutely ridiculous. Now we know they really did lose a big piece defensively in Jared Allen. But as we all know, in this league, to really get big pieces like a James Harden.
Remember, what did Kobe and all those boys say? Man, RIP Kobe, he said, defense wins championships. If you could rebound and play defense, you can win a championship. And that team cannot rebound or play defense. I don't know, maybe rebound, no. But they can't play defense. You're going to have to sacrifice something. That can be said in both the NBA and in life. So you have a team that's an offensive powerhouse, but their defense is really lacking. Trash. In my estimation, championships, they're really going to be won by defense or what defense has become nowadays, because it's definitely not the same as what it used to be. But when we think about the Lakers, see the Los Angeles Lakers, they are actually poised to play every single style of basketball. Yeah, we can play small ball, small ball, small big ball, how we're
LeBron
want it, we
James
got
and
it.
Anthony Davis. ESPN ranks LeBron #1 and Anthony Davis #2 as far as the best players in the league. They upgraded this year and got 2 near 20-point per game scorers. They got Montrezl Harrell, who was last year's Sixth Man of the Year, and they also got the runner-up Schroeder. And when you look at his numbers, it's just ridiculous. So they already had the 2 most dominant forces in the NBA. Then they upgraded with those 2 players. They also got more shooters.
All we gotta do is get rid of Marcus Gasol, bro, and we good, bro. Oh my God.
Around there, they still kept Kyle Kuzma, even from the Anthony Davis deal. Contavious Caldwell-Pope. I believe that this guy's game gets so
he is what he is, bro.
Again,
He's
the list
trash,
goes on as far as true contributors that the Lakers do have. Now, I'll likely talk about this in a future video, but when we think about LeBron James, as far as his jumper, he has really been spacing out the defense this year. His range has just continued to increase. So you have a guy in LeBron James who,
Bron shooting
40% from 3, has the type of court vision that he has. Now he's added even more range to the jump shot, and then you have that dominant post presence in Anthony Davis, who can also stretch the defense. Plus you got shooters all around these guys. You got guys that can really defend all across the board on the Lakers. This is one of the reasons why I believe that, yes, the regular season stats, they do matter, but I believe that people are going to get a little too sucked into them, at least the people that are overly analytical, because we all know, I always say, yeah, the stats don't lie, but they damn sure don't tell the full story. And if the Brooklyn Nets are already struggling defensively, they haven't gone up against forces the likes of LeBron James and Anthony.
And you know what's crazy? Yeah, they never went against people like LeBron and AD yet. That's the thing. And the fact is, like, they can't guard us, but we can hope to guard them. You feel what I'm saying? All we gotta do, Kyrie, you know, we're gonna put Caruso on Kyrie. Who we're gonna put on Harden? We might put like KCP or maybe Caruso on Harden, maybe KCP on Kyrie, and then on KD we can switch out with AD and then Trez. You know, KD we can't stop him. We're just gonna have to slow him down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Throw a lot of double teams at him, switches, all that. You know, double teams, help, defense. We gotta be communicating on everything. We got 3 people to work out for. Everybody else we don't gotta. No. They're trash. Don't worry about them. That Timothy guy, that Timothy, what's it? Cabarrot, whatever his name is, that missed the game-winning layup in Washington. Yeah, he's trash. The Joe Harris guy, you know, throw KCP at him. We're gonna treat him like we did it with Duncan Robinson. Remember Duncan Robinson from the finals in the bubble? We locked him up. He wasn't getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Duncan Robinson is a better shooter than Joe Harris. I think so. Or, you know, they both, but it doesn't matter. They're both getting locked up. You're not getting anything. Nothing. Not an inch of room. Not an inch. He'll get his threes here and there, but for the most part, he will not be getting 7-8 threes in the game. No, that's locked up. He won't be getting it. No, we gotta just worry about Kyrie, James Harden, and the KD. For the most part, and rebound the ball, we win. DeAndre Jordan, he's old and trash, so. Yeah,
Davis.
That's how you gotta win, man. That's how we gotta win. In a nutshell, you know what I'm saying? There's way more depth to what I'm saying. So, but that's how I'm saying it.
So one of the Nets' weaknesses, and that is rebounding. And I know many will think about LeBron and Anthony Davis and the rebounds that they give. But when we're talking about the fundamentals of basketball and just boxing out, even the guards, they do a way better job exuding fundamentals, boxing out, if we look at them compared to the Brooklyn Nets. And there's something to be said in the game of basketball. And again, I can tell you guys this as a player. Teams that play both offense and defense well, it's so tough because whenever you're on offense, they're really going to make you work to get great shots. Now, obviously, we know that that's made easier whenever you're thinking about Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, but they're going to make those guys work to get the shots that they get on offense. By the looks of it so far, they're actually going to exude more effort on defense than what they don't have Jared Allen. That's going to hurt. I think a lot of people are talking about when you go against a team like the Lakers, that the Brooklyn Nets are, but they're not really giving respect.
We get most of our points in the paint.
And again, I believe that's more so just because of the stats.
We build momentum in the paint.
The Lakers have 2 of the most dominant forces in basketball. Plus, they got other huge pieces that are near 20 point per game scorers as they came onto the team. Now, as we did talk about in the video about a month ago, the Lakers, they do have one weakness, but this weakness is dependent upon lineups. And we broke down specifically how this looks. We broke down the film. Make sure to check out that video after you see this one. The video should be titled "The Lakers' Only Flaw." In that pick and roll, whenever Marc Gasol is on the floor, when and the
I'm
Lakers
not
are
gonna
going
react
up
to it.
against quick guards, guards that can shoot the jump shot, guards that can really play make. We think about a Kyrie Irving. That's when they start to have some issues. Marc Gasol, he can be exploited on the pick and roll. We've also seen Montrezl
That's what I
Harrell.
said,
He
man. We
has
got to
had
get rid of Marc Gasol, man. Man, Marc Gasol, he just can't move his body anymore, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like if he's in a pick and roll with Kyrie or KD, either one of them, they're gonna bake him, bro. Oh my god, that's 3 points every time. Gonna have to help, and if Kyrie kicks it out to a shooter or something, you better hope it's the carrot guy.
somewhat of a hard time getting out to shooters. But then when
It's
we
Joe
go
Harris,
ahead
he
and look
gonna
at the
knock it
Brooklyn
down.
Nets now,
That's-
and I know some
that's
people may
rhythm.
not understand when I say this, you know what, let's just go ahead and establish this. And I want you guys, I'm going to ask this question. I want you guys to let me know, who would you say in the comment section down below? When we look at James Harden and we look at Kyrie Irving, who would you say is the better player and why? Jeopardy music.
James Harden is better than Kyrie, bro. That's all I gotta say.
All right, so here's my take on this. When we look at James Harden's career versus a Kyrie Irving, in the situations that we have seen those guys be the number one option, well, James Harden, he has an MVP. He led a team to Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals versus the KD, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. Even though James Harden did all that, Kyrie did hit probably top 3 or maybe top 2 most clutch shots of all time. That Cavs Game 7, bro. This man waved off LeBron James, the best player in the world at the time. He said, I'm taking the last shot. He took the shot and he made it. Cash. Like, you gotta have big balls to do that. To wave off LeBron saying, I'm shooting this shot. And he made it too. Like, this guy is crazy. That's why Kyrie, I'm saying, just that right there almost puts him ahead of whatever James Harden did in his career at Houston. That was crazy. If you don't know how like high of a vibration you have to be in to do something like that, bro. Because you have to realize that's like someone like Eric Gordon. No, I'm not even gonna say Eric Gordon. Damn. At the time, that's like, all right, say that's like maybe Chris Paul and James Harden is some more like understandable comparison. As Chris Paul taking that last but Chris Paul is better. Man. I don't know, bro.
And Golden State Warriors. We look at Kyrie Irving.
Maybe I'm gonna say that's like Eric Gordon waving
off
off James Harden on the last
did
play.
better without Kyrie Irving. His performance in the
or maybe
playoffs
Russell
with the Celtics
Westbrook
was very
taking the last 3.
So as the number one guy, James Harden has done more in the NBA as a number one guy than Kyrie Irving has. However, when Kyrie Irving was that number 2 guy next to a LeBron James, when we look at the playoffs, Kyrie Irving has actually shown up more than James Harden has. Now, some of you say that greatness is more so about what you do in the playoffs, not so much in the regular season, things of that nature. Well, Kyrie Irving has done more than James Harden ever has in the playoffs. However, he was able to do that with the blanket of being the number 2 guy. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, when we look at the playoffs, most people would say that so far in his career, in the biggest moments that James Harden, he has not shown up. I think he's done a better job of that the last few years. But when we look at 2012, whenever he went to the NBA Finals, Russell Westbrook showed up, Kevin Durant showed up, Serge Ibaka showed up. The only person that did not show up and went ghost was James Harden. And that's when he wasn't the main guy. Then we look at since then with the Houston Rockets. He's definitely left some things to be desired whenever we get to the playoffs versus his regular season production. When we think about Kyrie Irving, outside of the Boston Celtics that 1 year in the playoffs, you can't really say that Kyrie Irving hasn't shown up in the playoffs. Man. And why is this so important? Because see, if it's one thing that we know about the Lakers, we know that LeBron James, he's going to show up and show out. We know that Anthony Davis, he's going to show up and show out. When we look at the Brooklyn Nets.
Hold on. I'm going to say LeBron. Yeah, you could say LeBron's going to show up and show out. Cool, we've seen him do it a thousand times. Yeah, we know LeBron's going to come up and play. But AD, I know AD is nice. We could say that, but no. To say he's just gonna automatically show up no matter what, we haven't seen enough of that. We haven't seen enough to really say, all right, AD, he's a sure, like 100% he's gonna show up in the playoffs. Like Kevin, we can say that for like people like Kevin Durant. We know KD's gonna hoop. We know it, 100%. He's gonna hoop. Same thing with like maybe I don't even know if I could say it for Kyrie at this point. For Kyrie, we know what we're gonna get from James Harden. We know, but then we don't know. But people for sure that we know is gonna show up is LeBron and KD.
We
That's for
already
sure.
know what to expect from Kevin Durant. We know that he's money. Kyrie Irving, as long as he's healthy, we know that he's money.
As
but
long as
James
Kyrie
Harden,
healthy.
in a lot of ways, he is the question mark here. Now, you can point to regular season MVPs, things of this nature, but again, when it gets to the playoffs, Russell Westbrook has shown us this, James Harden has shown us
I could
this,
say that Kyrie's gonna
Antetokounmpo
hoop.
has shown us this. Until otherwise shown, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, I believe I can count on those guys in the playoffs as long as they are healthy. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that those guys have never had any type of bad performances in the playoffs, but overall, in totality of their career, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, when the playoffs come, those guys show up overall. James Harden is the question mark here. And see, what we've seen from James Harden in the playoffs is that whenever he's struggling offensively, in a lot of ways, you can forget that he's out there on the court.
Yeah, when James Harden doesn't have the ball in his hand, bro, we seen it in Houston. That boy don't want to do nothing. He just stands there and doing nothing. No, he's not playing defense. He's not moving off the ball. He's not doing anything. He's not setting no off balls for anybody. He's just standing there. Now in Brooklyn, I'm gonna say he changed a little bit because he do be diamond up sometimes. He do be diamond up. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
again,
we'll see.
it's a question mark if he will even be what he usually is in regular season in the
Because
playoffs,
if you're
especially at the
stagnant
biggest
on
moments,
defense on
conference
this team who
finals,
already
NBA
doesn't have
finals. Now,
defense,
people can always
it's
come
raps.
out of what they've been.
It's
That's the
raps.
reason why I said until this point, until we see otherwise. But I can't lie. I got the Lakers winning the championship.
Lakers win the championship. But look at all that food on that court, man. You know what I'm saying? LeBron has so many choices who he's gonna attack. Come up the court. Do I want Kyrie? Don't want Harden. Harden's actually not a bad defender, so you want to go after like Kyrie, Joe Harris. Oh yeah, the Joe Harris guy. He's like, well, I want Kyrie, Joe Harris. You know, I could take Harden if I just muscle my way through. You know, get a dunk. You know what I'm saying? He has so many options. Then you gotta have KD. You don't want KD on you though. You don't want him on you. Cause you don't want him. It's gonna be much easier. Kyrie, Joe Harris, the Cabarrot guy. Who do I want on me? You don't want Bruce Brown. You don't want Bruce Brown or KD on you. So it's like, all right, who I want? Those three guys, cool. DeAndre Jordan, you definitely want him on you. Yeah, he ain't gonna stick with you. So many options to get a bucket. Yeah, and it's like, dang, that's crazy. LeBron got so many options.
I have
AD
them
too.
repeating. Last year I
AD
had
too. You put DeAndre Jordan on AD money. Just food. Jeff Green, he's trash. Nah, Jeff Green isn't that the day starting center? Nah, for real, Jeff Green not trash. He been hitting his threes. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know when Jeff Green been hitting threes like that. But put him on AD. That's lunch. You know, DeAndre Jordan. You know, that's a good dessert. Put Joe Harris on him. That's breakfast, lunch, and dessert. Put KD on him. You know what I'm saying? That could be a little appetizer. Too skinny, but I don't know. KD may get like a block or something. You know, he could possibly stop him. No one to guard AD. No one to guard LeBron. How is it going to go? I don't know.
Lakers winning with LeBron James winning Finals MVP. This year, I have the Lakers winning with Anthony Davis being the Finals MVP.
Yeah,
and
you got to take turns. AD
Brooklyn
can get the
Nets, I
Finals
have it being
MVP
a
this time.
7-game series. But hey, I want to know your thoughts on this
7
topic.
games?
Do you have the Los Angeles
I'd say 5 or 6, bro. I ain't going to lie.
Lakers? Do you have the Brooklyn Nets? Who do you believe would win in a potential matchup? Don't forget the pinned comment at the top in the comment section. That will lead you to a poll where you will be able to vote. But right now, you do see 2 videos on your screen. If you're a basketball purist, you love taking a deeper look into the game, you want to make sure to click one of those 2 videos that you see on your screen right now. But before you head over there, make sure to leave this video.
All right. So who you got winning, man? You got the Lakers winning or the Nets winning. Who do you have winning? Who do you have winning? Or let's say both of those teams make the finals. Who do you have winning and how many games, man? I got the Lakers like 6, 5, 6. If they're not playing good, yeah, okay, 7 games. Well, it's gonna be an interesting series. Just let me know. You know, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hold on, wait. Oh yeah, I'm actually about to vote though. Just so you know, I gotta vote. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 67%. Nice, nice, nice. Lakers need to move Gasol and get a physical big man that could play at a high pace. Yeah, facts. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But leave a like, man. I'm out.